morning. It's late today, but it is the Sabbath, so it does not matter to me. It is March. It's got to be the 28th. March 28th today. And we are reading Proverbs chapter 2 with the continuation of the morning reading. Today is the Sabbath. It is Saturday, and it is a day of rest that God has commanded us to cease from our labor. It's taken me a while to figure out exactly what that means in my life, but I think I've got a good handle on it now, and it is just my desire to rest on this day and kind of set aside all the things that concern me during the week, the things that worry me, and kind of get in a position where I can be spoken to, hopefully, and it wasn't just commanded to rest on that day, but to honor God. It's God's day, and so this is like a very special day to me, and I guard it, Fun fact, I've actually been fired from a job for not working on the Sabbath, so that's how much I care about it. Because I think that when you take this day and you honor it, God will reward you in turn. And while I don't do it for the reward, rest in and of itself is quite a reward. Having, I think a big piece of why people get burnt out is because they don't take time away from the things that, make your life challenging. And if you don't take time away from those things, then you're going to burn out. And so this is, looking into my future and asking myself, I know that there's going to be a lot. There's a lot that will cause busyness, and if I do not guard the Sabbath, it will slip away and it will eventually just kind of disappear from my life, and I need it. So anyways, enough yammering. I'm going to begin reading. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of his saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness. Then shalt thou understand righteousness, and judgment, and equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the ways of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leave the paths of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her lips, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life, that thou mayest walk in the way of good men, and keep the paths of righteousness. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Watch out for that. I'm going to read chapter 3 too. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones. Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the firstfruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth. Even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is every one that retaineth her. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes, keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, Go and come again tomorrow, I will give, and when thou hast it by thee. I will not give, when thou hast it by thee. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the froward is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. One interesting thing is, I actually underlined this verse when I read it last. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the firstfruits of all thine increase. I think that it would be obvious to most people if they thought about this long enough that God does not need what we have. He already has it. So this has to be something for us. Honoring the Lord with our substance is a means for us to detach from the material things in our lives. Because when you give up something that means something to you, like a good example is you start a new job and you get that first paycheck, especially if you've never had a job before or something. It's like that first paycheck or that first fruit of your labor. It means a lot to you. It's the first fruits of your work. And I think with a business, in my case with a business, it's like I got that first paycheck, I got that first check from my client, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And it's like we need to honor God with the substance and with the first fruits of our increase. And there's a reason it's the first fruits, is because by giving up that thing, it creates a space that's, because we could be attached to things, and it's like God doesn't need the thing that we have. He wants us to show him that we honor him. And it's a creation of an opportunity to show honor and trust too. Because, you could be in a precarious situation and giving 10% could be a scary thing. And I'd like to mention too that I actually don't tithe to a church. I have my reasons, and I don't think tithing to a church is a bad thing. But I don't currently attend a church, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't be honoring him with the first fruits of my increase, because I'm commanded to here. And to me, it doesn't say tithe to the church, the first fruits of your substance. It says honor the Lord with the first fruits of your substance. And so there are ways to do that. I think giving money to someone that won't benefit you, it's, giving that away to someone who needs it, but in a way that isn't going to grow you in any way. You're not investing the first fruits of your substance. You're giving it. You're giving it up to the Lord, and you're saying, do with this what you will. And also, it gives, I think, a lot of opportunity for others to be blessed. God can use those honorary offerings. Anyway, so I think that's very interesting, because again, God does not need what we have. He made it. He created it. He owns it all, really, and everything that we actually have is a gift from him. And so by giving back some of it, you're saying, I thank you for the things that you've given me, and do with this what seems good to you. And so, I only started doing that very recently, but I think that that's important, and I really like that. And also, it is funny, and indirectly, this shouldn't be the motivation, but I have noticed a great increase from that. Like, the times that I'm giving, it seems to show back up in no time at all. So I don't think it needs to be a point of worry. But anyways, that's kind of my word on that specifically. Chapter 4, Proverbs chapter 4, we'll be getting next time. So some of these are pretty short, so I think I'll probably just blaze through some of them more quickly. So anyways.